Now we are getting reports from Kwara State. Bandits have started attacking. 10 people have been killed. Villagers are running away from their ancestral homes. Yes, banditry cannot survive if the people are not supporting it. Insecurity cannot survive if the people are not supporting it. Now, Isheshe is being banned in Kwara State. Kwara State is Yoruba state in the north. I repeat, Kwara State is Yoruba state in the north. Then a Fulani emir would ban Isheshe. Now, the collaboration is even with Yoruba people that are Muslims. You see, when Fulani said that with religion we can infiltrate the southwest, this is an example. Bandits are killing people in Kwara State. Just recently, 10 kidnapped. People are running away. You see people on bike, on Kekemora, they are running for their dear life from their own ancestral homes, from people who came from Futa Jalon. They came into the state, and because they gave them opportunity to stay in the state, they become a terror to the people because they want to erase their culture, their tradition. Now, number one, I said, the thing you must protect first is your culture, your tradition, your heritage, and your history. If you have nothing like that, the people that protected their own will come and make you a slave, dominate you. Yes, expansionism. The Fulani, I have said it before, the Fulani are unique. They preserve their own culture, their own language. It is hard for you to speak a Fulani language. It is very hard. Even the Hausas where they ended together. I find it funny that most Hausas find it difficult to speak Fufude, that's the Fulani language. But the Fulani can speak every other person's language. Yorubas can speak Hausa. Yorubas can speak Igbo. Igbo can speak Hausa. Igbos can speak Yoruba. How many of these Igbo and Yoruba can speak the Fulani language, the Fufide? How many? Because they know how to preserve their culture so that you cannot infiltrate it and dilute it. You corrupt their own, even their blood. They believe their blood is stronger. When a Fulani person marries a Yoruba person, the Fulani person tends to influence the Yoruba person much more. When the Fulani person marries an Igbo person, the Fulani believes that he's most superior. That's why you see they capture our young children from the southeast. There's a story on Naptip. You capture young children from the southeast, carry them go. You capture girls, you marry them there. Because say if a Fulani person marry Igbo man in Igbo land, it go difficult for them to do all those dominance. So they will take the Igbo people to their own court and use religion and Islam to suppress them. Islam by the Fulani is now a tool for suppression and oppression. I repeat, Islam by the Fulani is now a tool for suppression and oppression. Now let's look at Kwara State. Isheshe, Orisha. These are traditions of the people before even Christianity or Islam. These are traditions of the people introduced by people that are foreigners. Introduced by people that are foreigners. Now, even the Islam that they are even talking about, the Islam. Yes, the Yorubas were Muslims. They had the first mosque. Yes, first mosque. Even the Fulani were slaves under Yoruba kings then. They helped them to tend to their cattle. The Yorubas took the Fulani as slaves then. I don't know what happened now. You know what about dilution of gene, blood, and whatever, cultural ties. It makes you weak as a person, and it's intentional. The same way the Fulani did to Hausa kings. They gave them their daughter for marriage. Their daughter, which is a weapon, they used it against them, and everything changed. The Fulani now took over Hausa land, speaking language, using religion, using emotional gaslighting on a stadio. Go Kano State now. First 5 influential persons in the government. Now Fulani. Hausas did they look. When they celebrate Doba, they will make them so popular. But the Hausa own. The Doba now Hausa, whatever. When you look at history, even in democracy, in the 21st century, gaslighting in another level. You took over people's land, you see they gaslight them on top. Hey, the same thing that they want, like I told you, the Fulani will never stop, In the next 100 years, if you don't make sure you stop them, what Tinubu is doing politically, I support it. Because Tinubu will come and go, but these guys will still continue. So one of the solutions is that what Tinubu is doing, that to make them irrelevant politically, cut them off power, relegate their politicians. Because the Fulani, they have like a team. They have the strikers, which are the bandits and the Boko Haram and all have you, Lakurawa, Al-Qaeda and everything. We have them. We have the midfielders, yes, which are the traditional rulers and everything. The mosque that will radicalize the Almajiri, everything that will radicalize these guys. Because today you kill bandit, tomorrow 10 rise. Because in northern Nigeria, we have millions of Almajiri children waiting to be recruited. And these Almajiri, as a result of what the mosques have produced, the system introduced by the Fulani in northern Nigeria, the Sharia system and the mosque, will produce Almajiri for insecurity. Let that fall in. The system introduced through Sharia and the Fulani will produce Almajiri that's been brainwashed. And the brainwashed, they are ready on standby for insecurity. While the politicians, the elite, they have their children go to different schools, they take them abroad, they do it, they preserve themselves, using those ones as tools. So this is what you see, Nigeria is very, very funny. Nigeria is so funny. Sometimes when we want to think about Nigeria, we get we're going to get headache. So in Yoruba land, Isheshe would be banned by this Fulani. A woman was confronted by his fellow Yoruba people who were Muslims because she was practicing a traditional religion. The video went viral. She confronted them. She even told them that my father is, and now them for this land. She confronted them and told them they did for this land. They were shocked. They thought it's somebody they can bully. Yorubas themselves are using their hands because of religion to destroy their own tradition. You saw what happened to the thief that they died. I think the Awujale. You saw how Muslims were booing traditionalists, saying that we have every right to bury our king, whether in Muslim, whatever it is. So the Awujale of Ijebu, because you bury him in a Muslim way and you refuse to acknowledge the tradition. When you look at the history, the coronation, Islam did not warrant that throne. It is the tradition of the people that warranted that throne. But yet, you come, instead of you behaving in a normal way, you bully people with religion. Because that is what these people from this part of the country, Fulani influenced type of Islam, that's what they do. They bully people. I'm telling you. So, you don't want a woman to practice in Nigeria today and their constitution. You don't want a woman to practice anything. When the bandits are killing, you don't go and face the bandits. Because all of them get agenda. What is the governor doing about the bandits? The Fulani bandits that are killing people? Trying to put fear. I told you, this is what the Fulani does. They put fear in you. They put fear in you. Now, killings in somebody's ancestral home, somebody would not want to go and stay there again. They will not even sleep and close their eyes. They will be afraid. Economic activities, they will be living in fear because of such attacks. Even the police self, they will try their best. Police self, they fear because of how they are equipped. Because of themselves, they need to chop like every other person. So they will desert their own place, and the Fulani will come and claim settlement. When they stay there for 10, 15 years, they now look like indigents. When you come back, you see them everywhere. They might even be part of the local government, constituting whatever they are constituting here. So you people that are saying no Isheshe, no Orisha, that is your own culture that makes you a Yoruba. Being a Muslim is not Yoruba. Being a traditionalist, your tradition, your culture, your tradition is your own gaga. That's how they make you know that you're Yoruba. Christianity is a universal identity. It does not pinpoint whether there's a tribe or this or that. The way it is being practiced. Islam is a universal identity. So if you're asking who is a Yoruba in Nigeria, is it through Islam? No, because we have Igbos that are Muslim. You have Fulani that are also Muslim. You have Hausa that are Muslim. You have Edo, South that are Muslims. You have Ibibio that are Muslims. So it is not they are not Yorubas. A Muslim can be from anywhere, but you cannot be, an Igbo cannot be Yoruba. Igbo is Igbo, Yoruba is Yoruba. But an Igbo can be a Christian, Yoruba can be a Christian. So if the Yorubas cannot stand up now and fight, see, these people will consistently do what they are doing, and you'll be in the urban areas speaking BB grammar. There's a particular lawsuit against one young Igbo lady. Her name is Uzo Art. She's doing an Owambe exhibition in Lagos State, and they are fighting. They say cultural misappropriation. I just sit down and watch. I'm following the trend. I'm studying what is going on. I want to see the end of that whole matter. It's very interesting that people are being conservative. We'll watch and sit down and watch what is going on. Now, the same strength and power you are using to attack Uzo Art, that you have accused of cultural misappropriation, why don't you use the same strength and go after these guys that are threatening? Very important. The basis for you not to practice your tradition. The Uzo Art, the Igbo girl, is not saying she not practice. She's introducing something totally different, and you don't want it because whatever she's taking or doing has some elements of the Yoruba culture. So you don't want it. But this one is somebody saying that you should not practice your tradition in your land. Which one is worse? I have said it before that Igbos are not the problem. It is easier to handle whatever is going on, the disagreement in the southern part of Nigeria. Now politicians, they plant all those ones. They know how they run the thing. It's easy. Yes. Even the Southeast governors, they're happy say most of the Southeasterners are not even focusing on them. They are focusing on other people. So they'll be perpetrating their own evil because nobody is paying attention to what they are doing. Let them be facing southwest and other places. Because if the Igbos now bring all their focus on their state, it will be hell for them. So now political thing, they can resolve it in a way whereby you go cause fight. I did tell you. But the one that somebody will come into your land, introduce something that will want to erase your culture, erase your tradition, erase your heritage as a people, isn't that even much more disastrous? Isn't what the Fulani doing in the southwest much more disastrous? Or is it that the Yorubas are afraid of the Fulani? Are they afraid? Or they are trying to play the normal politics? See, that politics we won't play. For the Fulani, they are the masters in that politics. So, wanted to use style, to use one way or the other, stay and find a better time to be able to strike. My brother, the Fulani way they see so, they know that so far Islam is prevalent. Islam is being upheld by so many people. They will always use it in whatever form or guise. They will go and be aligning with the Iraq and Iran. They will have alliance with the superior people where we say, now they carry Islam for head. They will have that connect. So if you won't fight them, they will use their connect fight you. In quote. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. They have this connect, this networking. We are not saying Yorubas don't have. But the Fulani, they are very wise. If you are playing that stoop to conquer politics with them, they understand where you are coming from. I don't know how come the name Yoruba, according to what we heard, that's what. So they understand what it is. So as it stands now, what are the Yorubas going to do to this invasion in Kwara State? Because before you know it, that's why I tell people, say, Southern Nigeria will be the go-to place. A place where we say, if somebody want to become president, he go me Southern Nigeria, Southwest especially. I want to cut your vote. I dey talk am since. I even talk am again, say, Southern Nigeria, the kind of votes where they go bring out 2027, it go shock everybody. Now they talk and say, as it is now, as Tinubu will be president, you have a lot of leverage because that's the system. When Buhari was president, Fulani people had a lot of leverage. In fact, the Mietiala was working like saying that he create Nigeria with his own entourage. Let's say now be semi-president, now be the prime minister of Nigeria, because of a Fulani that is there. Now that we have a Tinubu there, it is wise of the Yorubas to take advantage of the fact that Tinubu is there and deal with these guys decisively, push them out, make sure that they are irrelevant in Kwara State. But the funny thing is that Yorubas from that end, the kind of radicalization I never see. Maybe there's some juju the Fulani they use. Whenever they get into a region, there's a way they will infect the people with whatever they are infecting the people with. It is even the people that will be fighting and defending them. Others are seeing the injustice that is being done to the Yorubas in Kwara State. But the same Yorubas are the ones that are so fanatic. Yorubas went to the woman, was asking the woman, why are you doing this? In Nigeria constitution, where we say you can practice anything anywhere. Hey God. Why are you doing that? I don't vex. I'll tell them then get out of my compound. Get out. Take me to court. But the woman engaged them, and the elderly person was there, engaged them. They brought violence, and they were trying to find a way to make sure they stop the woman. That was their aim. They are not coming to make peace. Or they are not coming to, which authority, under which authority would they come and ask somebody why he or she is practicing what he's practicing? Now, the reasons why we are having all these things because the Yorubas are docile on this. And it will give people impression that you are afraid of the Fulani. You can't do anything to the Fulani. Like the Fulani is like a superior. You're afraid. Man, those vibes, now olden days vibes, oh. Southern Nigeria, now they run things. You see, liberalism of the Yorubas would be one of the weakness they might encounter in Nigeria today. That's why Nigeria needs to be restructured. If the Yorubas can be liberal in a Yoruba nation, it is better that for them to be liberal in a Nigeria whereby we have vultures and wolves that want to devour. You there on some people will think on how to erase your culture. I don't understand. Some people are not comfortable that you are existing and you are doing what you are doing, you are practicing what you are practicing. It is always against them. They don't have to manage their own space. They are looking for other people's space to manage and subdue them and oppress them. That's the funny reality about Nigeria. We have been talking about restructuring. If you allow this thing fester on, you'll be surprised after Tinubu, Shebi, after Tinubu, the way Fulani will run after Tinubu. You see Buhari don't die now. Some of the Buhari boys, when Buhari was alive, they were moving up and down. Now they have to be looking at their back because this administration will deal with them. So there's no how what Tinubu has started in northern Nigeria politically that the Fulani will not want to pay back. They will be now wiser because Tinubu shocked them. They never expected it. I tell you, from the elections till when the Muslim ticket, till when he was inaugurated, until he started doing his appointment, he started doing some things that the Fulani never wanted, giving more relevance to the southern Kaduna. The top politicians in Fulani land or in northern Nigeria controlled by the Fulani, losing relevance. The by-elections, Atiku, in own boy Fintri, Show and Pepe. I think he removed that Waziri, that title from his name. They don't call him Waziri again. Now, Erufai, the Ubasani will be in boy, or his friend, or the people that were together. Show and Pepe, the violence, police even invite them to come and answer questions. These are the things that Tinubu has been planting left, right, center in the northern part of Nigeria, destroying opposition parties and have you. And you think that the Fulani will forget? Somebody in Northern made a statement. He said, that is why we don't want Yorubas to be president. That is why we don't want somebody like Abiola to become president. Because of all this. But the Northerners over the years, they are the ones that have been doing all these things, oppressing every other person. Nobody talk. They believe that then get Nigeria. The North will remember we are born to rule. We have the numbers. They still believe till now, but the reality, some of them are getting the reality. They still believe till now that they have the numbers, but reality will set in. Yes. Tinubu does not have to need to win all Northern Nigeria. Just get second best. Let the gap be small. The ones you win, you win. But when it comes to Southern Nigeria, the margin we go use win, it go shock everybody. The margin Tinubu go use win against northern Nigeria or the northern coalition will be much more. So as it stands now, one thing is sure, Nigeria will be restructured, and the Fulani will be restructured out of relevance. I repeat, Nigeria will be restructured, and the Fulani will be restructured out of relevance. And from the southeast, I know I'm saying what I'm saying, because me, I know, say, if they're able to conquer the southwest, if they're able to do what they are doing in the southwest, it go affect the southeast too. Although bandits self, you see Middle Belt have been suffering for a very long time. Although of recent, the killings have reduced. Because the Middle Belt refuse their language, refuse whatever they are bringing. The same thing they want you use for the Hausa people. The Middle Belt refused it. That's why they will come and attack. They've tried to infiltrate politically. The Middle Belt has been so strong. If they had conquered the Middle Belt, my brother, they go enter the southeast, and they would succeed in the southeast using one Nigeria. Because what does the Fulani do? They have people in the police, army, and everything, the law institutions. They have politicians, one place or the other, and these politicians act as a cover. Like I said, in their team, Boko Haram, now the strikers, we have the midfielders, they are religious leaders and traditional rulers. We have the defenders. I think they are politicians and they are educationists, they are economists, they are big men, they are the defenders. They are the ones supplying everybody pass. They supply the traditional rulers funds and money. Those who radicalize Ahmadiri now turn to Boko Haram and bandits, and they start terrorizing everybody left, right, center. That is how they roll in that part of the country. So as it stands, if the Yorubas do not stand up, it is an opportunity for them to stand up and put an end. The constitution does not stop anybody from practicing his religion. Put an end to the Fulani menace in southwest. That is the only thing that is acceptable now. But if you are sitting down, you are looking at them, you are saying that I like how the woman defended herself, and you are not taking decisive action against these people. You take the fight to their homes and warn them. Use court injunction. Take them to court. Do a lot of things against them. If it comes to violence, give them violence. When you do such, they will never attempt that in the future. They will be weakened. But when it comes to the Igbo person, now everybody is becoming, I'm not saying you should not defend your, but you see, the most important thing is this Fulani invasion. So that we can understand that you are doing that from a place of patriotism for the Yoruba culture and not for the hatred of a particular people.